Hello guys, and welcome to another episode. For those of you who remember, there was a part 1 video for the Sinclair QL Plus-D Special Edition, which was out to the European markets, and we're trying to figure out differences between this model here and the classic Sinclair QL for the UK markets. And apparently through the first video we have found several differences, but today we're gonna open this Plus D so-called special edition, which apparently was made by Samsung back in the day. You can see here this particular machine was made in Korea by Samsung Electronics, and even the serial number, at least the series, is different. So let's go under the hood now and check what is inside the machine. I can see the ZX8302 by NCR, which controls the peripherals. I can see some diodes. These diodes, I don't know, on the control ports and the serial ports. Could be diodes to let flow go only one way. I don't know. I really don't know. If somebody knows, please let me know. This is something that I like very much, this brown connector, which brings the cables for the LEDs together, which was hectic in the previous UK model. The same connector is here for the micro drives. Yeah, the ribbon cable goes onto the very same kind of connector, easy to be pulled and put back together, nothing to do with the previous UK model. This thing here is kind of copper wire getting in touch with this conductive part of the top case. For what reason, I'm wondering. This ferrite here is good for filtering the current, and the TV modulator is even grounded from another side as well. The capacitor next to the serial ports and some other capacitors as custom mods is factory design, so nothing weird. Over here I can see the ROMs are VDI type. If I remember this right, for the UK Sinclair QL it was General Instruments. As for the ROMs, again, I very much enjoyed this kind of connector for the micro drive here. It makes our life easier, much easier. The heat sinks remain the same, and yeah, this is my favorite, the brown connector, so you can detach the top cover which holds the LEDs for the operation of the micro drives, and the on indicator can be plugged off and on very easily. This Philips 8049 is the firmware, if I remember this right. Again, for the UK Sinclair QL, it was made by NEC, maybe, but it wasn't Philips. It was something different. The connector is different, from a different vendor, and the Motorola CPU is of the plastic type. Most of the QL UK QLs from the past I have had the chance to look at, it was the ceramic type. Okay, let's go now to the other UK model to compare the board. You can see here the hectic cables. Those cables are going onto the right side for the operation, to indicate the operation of the micro drive 1 and 2, and the long one run goes to the on indicator on the other side. And if you are unlucky, and you need to pull these off. I don't know how to put it back there. I can only think of soldering, but this is not the case. There must be another way. The same hectic connectors for the ribbon cables for the micro drives, and once you pull it off, I really don't know how can you pull it in, put it in back again. I don't know. This is something that I really enjoyed, looking at decent connectors onto the Samsung motherboard on the other machine. The rest, the firmware is NEC, comes from NEC, not the Philips. The control and serial ports do not have any diodes or capacitors on the side like the other one. The ROMs are PDI. Again, some modification over there to the peripherals chip. Heatsink is the same. The 8302 is the peripherals chip, comes from NCR for both models. The plastic type of the Motorola processor is there. The connector, the edge connector, comes from Viking. On the other model, it was made by or provided by Elco, if I remember this right. Again, some factory mods without any other things to say. The TV modulator doesn't have any ground connectivity, only I guess underneath the PCB, but not on the top like the other model. So yeah, you could tell some difference just by looking at the PCBs, but the difference you can tell immediately just by looking at the machines from the outside. The QL-D Plus has always a special keyboard, I mean the characters, and a character ROM set from a European country. In this case, you can see the difference with the enter key, the A key right there next to it, which is the German A, or I don't know if I'm saying this right. You can tell the difference onto the shift key, which apparently has this arrow going up, the double S, which is the German double S right there. And of course you can tell the difference by the ports, the control and the serial ports at the back. D subtype instead of the classic weird looking telephone looking jacks like this you can find on the UK model, so you can immediately spot the difference just by looking at these things. And yeah, the easiest way to do it is to just take a good look at the characters, the enter key, the shift key, the tabulate, caps lock, which all have arrows on the German version. I'm so excited with this connector here. See how easily it can be pulled out, and yeah, it drives the LEDs. Since we have this machine open, I was thinking I have a couple of membranes, brand new, sent from the UK. So what do you think? Isn't this a great opportunity to start with this one, replacing the membrane, and yeah, I'll be able to type something back finally after so many months. So let's get started with the membranes. From the top cover, once you have the keyboard flipped, you have to unscrew all the screws, but this bottom line, missing 3 screws, those are coming from the bottom side cover, so there are no screws there, just those 5 from or 6, well, it is actually 7 that you have to unscrew in order to release the old membrane. You can tell this hard old white membrane doesn't work. Just give the keyboard a clean up if it is needed, like I did with some dust off, and get it prepared to have the new membrane installed. And finally we can type something on this machine. After all these months I've been waiting for this moment, and let's hope it goes well. It's a simple operation. You only need 5 minutes to get rid of this membrane, of course, and get the new one. Although it looks good, it doesn't work. So don't get fooled. Even tiny cuts can make the difference. Here we have our brand new one, which is totally transparent and elastic, and the ribbons are longer. So this is probably something that has been manufactured quite recently, a couple of years or less, and it's far better than the original one because it's elastic. And all we have to do now is to place it right onto the plate and screw it back, and I hope we can put this machine back in action very, very soon. I'm really looking forward to this, to check it on the screen. Just take a look at this wonderful, beautiful membrane. I think this is exactly what it was needed in the first place, the Circ-Live. So, but anyways, so we have to screw back the plate. We have made the sandwich with the membrane in the middle, and away we go. We have not the best picture you can find on the screen, but let's see if the keys are working now. Yes, we do have the keys back into operation. I'm happy. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, so this machine with the German keyboard, the QL-D Plus Special so-called edition with a German character set, I thought it was. It has a Greek character set in ROM embedded. Wow, that's interesting. That was interesting. So we're talking about a Greek character set ROM chip embedded. Language is Greek again onto this machine. Apparently I'm trying to boot it with a micro drive in micro drive slot number 1, but it doesn't seem to be working yet, but it keeps reading. So interestingly enough, we have a Greek ROM set of characters onto this machine. The language is Greek, not German, with a German keyboard instead. So that's quite a combination. Okay, I'll be trying to load something, but for the time being nothing comes up on the screen, so I'll swap. I just have a handful of micro drives from the past. Some of those might be working, we'll see. And yeah, I'll be checking another cartridge like right now. The second micro drive cartridge gives me these options. I will go with 1 for starters, and then I can reset it and try 0, the second game that was there. What was Vroom and Jericho? I can't remember. And it keeps booting and loading and booting and loading, but I don't have high hopes. And here is another failed attempt, file not found in Greek, and yet another failed attempt. It was supposedly going to load the gunner, but the execution failed at some point. What it says is wrong parameter, um, and it cannot execute the file. In the meantime, I found the advertisement from that particular era from a Greek magazine back in '85, introducing QL Plus to the public, to the Greek public back then, stating that it's a much better machine with Greek characters embedded in ROM. Okay, this is the last cartridge, the last thing I should try. Apparently, I don't know if it's gonna be working. It's QL, the software that comes together with the machine, but I really don't think it's gonna work. How do I know that? Because I'm staring at this screen for 8 minutes now and nothing seems to work, so I don't think we should have a chance to have a working cartridge today. But anyways, thanks for watching this, guys. We have reviewed part 2 of the Sinclair QL Plus-D Special edition, which was made for European countries. In this case, it was made for Greece with the embedded character set in ROM. A similar model was out for the German market, Danish market, Italian markets, and all that, you name it, back in '85. So thanks for watching, exploring the QL-D Plus Special. I hope you liked it, and I'll catch you soon with another video, another review, another repair, or whatever that is. Yeah, pretty soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.